What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Slammiversary review. Hopefully, not Slammiversary, but Impact Wrestling review, the Fallout of Slammiversary. Hopefully, by the time this video is uploaded, if it ever does, it'll be online because there are internet troubles right now. But hey, we still got the video going anyway, so hopefully, by the time this airs, this will be on, line, even though it's probably a few days late and stuff. But in the Fallout Slammiversary, back at the Rebel Complex Center, Austin Aries came out to address the crowd, which, he got some cheers and some boos. He says, thank you, but I know my own name. As he talked about, people were calling it the pay-per-view of the year last Sunday. It's Sunday, being the best pay-per-view in this company's history. And, he talked about how every match was being set high off the bar, match after match. And he wondered, people were thinking, how are Austin Aries and a man called Musa going to top that? Which was actually true. How were they going to top Pentagon and Sami Callihan or LAX versus the OGs? How are they going to top that? But he said him and Moose, delivered because that's what he does, Austin Aries, and that is deliver. And he says what they brought there last Sunday was a professional wrestling match should be. Despite, being 6'4", 270 pounds, he fought with heart and determination, and he still beat Moose last Sunday, and he is still the world heavyweight champion. As he went on, say he knows what it means to be a champion. He said it means there's nobody better. And he says, a lot of people say they're the best, but when you're sitting in a bubble with someone handing you a script in your comfort zone when in a ring, then you can't tell yourself you're the best. Which a lot of people say he was taking shots at WWE in their scripted promos. I could kind of see that. But then he says when you're bouncing around from promotion, winning world championships all over the world outside of the bubble, outside of the comfort zone, then you can call yourself the best then. And he says this title represents that you're the best, as he held it up. And if you want to call yourself in the best, you got to step to the ring with the best, he says. As he even issued an open challenge, an unofficial open challenge, to anyone in the back that wanted a title shot. And as he cut his promo, Eddie Edwards showed up for some reason with a kendo stick. Crazy Eddie Edwards, and hit Austin Aries with it and then hit him with a DDT. So is he the next challenger? Because now it looks like it's going to be a heel versus heel, because they're both heels technically. I think the crowd really knew how to react to it, but the promo was great by Aries. People think he was kind of a bit more of a face in a way. To how he was talking, even though he technically is a heel, but it almost sounded like a face promo in a way. But I don't know, are both him and Eddie Edwards heels? So is this a heel versus the title? I'm not really sure. But Eddie Edwards getting a title shot, they can put on a great match, I'm not doubting that, but is this the way to go though, since he's going to be the next challenger? But we shall see. Don Callis and Josh Matthews ringside back on commentary again. Talk about Eddie Edwards has a obsession and everything, so that was going. Petey Williams went against the Bone Soldier, Taiji Ishimori, Bullet Club member, which was this was a good match, I will say that. Nothing against it on there. Bone Soldier picking up the win was kind of logical if you ask me. He pretty much hit him with the double knee driver. Was it double knee driver? Or the Impaler DDT for the win. It was really good. Next thing you know, he put up the Too Sweet sign after that. But him and Petey Williams shook hands and hugged in after that. Next thing you know, the Desi Hit Squad came out and attacked Gama Singh and was leading the charge as they pretty much beat both of them down, him with their double finishers on both of them. So that was a pretty good thing for Desi Hit Squad. They need tag teams, so they got to build them up one way or another. But Ishimori versus Petey Williams was really good. Now, the question I should say now, when you're looking at Taiji Ishimori, yeah, we see him in Impact right now, but the question is with New Japan, whose side is he on? Is he on the Bullet Club Elite side, or is he on the Bullet Club OG side? I may say OG just because Tama Tonga was the one that brought him in and recruited him into the Bullet Club as the Bone Soldier. So, because you look at the numbers right now between the OG and Bullet Club Elite, Bullet Club Elite has more people in it, from Omega, the Bucks, Marty, Hangman, Yujiro, and Chase and Cody Rhodes. And all you have on the Tongan side for the OG is Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bad Luck Fale. So whose side is the Bone Soldier on? That's the real question here if you want to look at it. Could this set up a tag team match with Pete Williams versus the Desi Hit Squad? Most likely, but I said, where's the rest of the Bullet Club to help, Ishimori tonight? But, next thing you know, we had Alicia Atala, I believe her name is, interviewing, formerly known as Santino Marella, Anthony Corelli, which is kind of odd to not see him do his whole Italian accent as usual, but he talked about being on Impact, and it was in his hometown, and he misses wrestling, but he can't wrestle right now because he's not medically cleared to wrestle because of his neck. But he said he can live vicariously through his students, which he brought from the Battle Arts Academy. One of his top students for a tryout. Austin Aries came in and he said, "You gonna shake my hand?" And he says, "Not, yeah, pleasure to meet me." And he talked about Eddie Edwards beating him up in the ring, as Corelli said, it's disappointing 'cause I'm such a fan of yours, but now you just run your mouth a lot. As Aries sounded like, unlike a lot of, over the top, hill irrelevant people, and that, I don't deal with you. I don't slap like a bitch, Aries said. And he says, if you want to find out, you can meet me in the ring. But Corelli says, you know what, I'm too, my neck hurts, I got sore, so I can't do this. As Aries said, what are you, too, old and run down to face me? Until one of his students wanted a title shot, I guess, or wanted to wrestle him, and Corelli just kind of looked with a blank stare on his face then. As Aries says, I would like that, have a future match with you. And then he walked away as this Dustin Cameron guy said he was excited for it. Aries said, not Aries, but Corelli went on to say, I have that Cameron paid his membership fee in advance. So it was funny. You just look at his face, how he stares. It's like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be asking for a title shot. Or even doing any match against someone. But I guess it's going to happen anyways. But will Corelli himself ever come back to the ring? I don't know. I'm trying not to call him Santino since when you just see him, it's Santino. But will he ever wrestle again? I don't know. He's hurt with a bad neck, so we'll see. Tessa Blanchard went against Rebel. It wasn't a bad match, I will say that. I wish we actually use Rebel more rather than being an enhancement wrestler. But Tessa, they're trying to build her back up to being a top heel again. So we'll see where that goes from there. The debut of Scarlett Bordeaux. Very sexy as hell, I will say that, coming out as Don Callis, he couldn't hold himself. It says, oh my God, which he just didn't know what to do with her coming out. And, say that she was smart, as, she kind of, they asked her why she's here. She calls herself the Smoke Show now. And that she's a beauty pageant, went from beauty pageant queen to, she said something like that, talking about, everybody's talking about this whole women's pro wrestling, women's revolution and everything and stuff, as she said she wanted to be an inspiration to many girls out there and fight for women's rights, but in a different way, I should say. She says she's going to become the greatest women's activist of all time. So just doing very sexy, though, I will say that. And as Alicia said, you're trying to be like Susan B. Anthony, but she said, a little bit more Marilyn Monroe and Cardi B. And Scarlett said she was going to, change everything about how you empower women. And that, she refused and she will not be hot shamed, as they call it. And hot shame, never heard of it. As Alicia asked what hot shame was. Scarlett pretty much said, you probably wouldn't know what hot shamed even mean, because you wouldn't never expect what it meant. And she tried to talk. Scarlett said, shut up, 5 or 10 is talking, okay? And she said, go wait in the rest of the crowd with the others where you belong. And she said the Smoke Show is here, and she licked the damn microphone with like a popsicle, which looked really great to watch, and pretty much told the guys to back to hit her music, and just very dancing, seductive, which was almost, I'm sure anybody couldn't contain themselves watching that segment, because that was really hot. I will give her that. I don't know how good she can wrestle. I've never really seen her matches, but I've been hearing about her name rumored to be here, and I am very interested to see what happens next. Somebody pointed out that she was on WWE one time as if it was a job against Nia Jax to be Sasha Banks' biggest fan or something, but I don't know where it's going with Scarlett Bordeaux, but I am very interested to see what's going to happen next. Matt Sydal, they had a video promo of him talking about how he lost the X Division title, a material piece of him that he held, but you know, that is not what represents him, but it's his third eye, and he was going to take down Brian Cage, which is a really good promo, I must say that, which almost makes you think he could win the title tonight. But I will say I was really interested to see. His promo was actually good. I thought one was good last week, but this was really good too. Pentagon Jr. cut a promo, you know, with those filters and stuff, talking about, you know, they left it all out on the line at Slammiversary, and that Sammy and them took themselves to the limit, but I have gained the ultimate prize, which holds his hair in his hand. So I'm sure we're going to see more Pentagon around here. I don't know what happens. I hope he gets another title shot, because that was still a damn great ass match. Probably one of the best matches I've seen from Impact in a long time, with you know, Pentagon and Sami Callihan. Johnny Impact made his return to go against Trevor Lee with Caleb Conley, Cult of Lee, which was not a bad match, I will give it that. Johnny Impact got the win with the Starship Pain, which didn't cut a promo, talking about, you know, he's gotten married, he's been on Survivor, but you know, as people chanting welcome back to Johnny Impact, he says that you know, it's great to be back in Impact Wrestling, but now his goal is back to get the World Championship again, and he's got some unfinished business to take care of, as he was going to take out Congo Kong for what he did to him, and he's had to take him all the way to Slamtown. So that looked like he was going to go there, you know, take him all the way to Slamtown, or Slam something, which is somewhat corny half the time, but it is funny when he says Slamtown. But it's a good match between him and Lee. Alicia interviewed Allie about the whole Su Yung taking out, well, I guess killing Rosemary, and don't know what happened with you know, Madison Rain, as she was stuffed in the casket, and that she could have done something, but she was distracted by Tessa, and she says she's going to go after Su Yung even if she has to do it alone. But Kiera Hogan says that she had her back, and it says we're coming for Sue, and that her time has come this time. They played once again those GWN flashbacks, which for me, I thought I was watching Ring of Honor. It was the Young Bucks versus Motor City Machine Guns, but that was probably back in 2010 or 11 when it was Generation Me. But both these teams still put on great matches to this day. Griedo was in the back with Katrina and Joe Hendry, as they were excited about the gift and the shirt, a Joe Hendry t-shirt. But there's a picture of both Hendry and Katrina, and Grado wondered where he was. They said this is Eli Drake doing it. It says Drake brought this gift to them, and that this is going to go right in the bin, in the trash, as Grado looked for himself. They played a KM and Follow By thing, as they were going to look for Follow By's mean streak, which they, you know, they start throwing stuff out of random people's hands and knocking food and phones out. He says, who are you? He said, well, your name is Trash today. And then it was pretty funny, so I guess they still got a team going on with them. They had a Killer Cross interview, mostly about pain of the suffering he's going to take, and, you know, him training in the gym. The OGs talked about, you know, how they took out Conan and the Young Boys, LAX, that there is no LAX, that we took the titles from them now. And, you know, yeah, LAX won, but, you know, we took the slug back to Conan's head and took him out. This is our rep, alright? LAX is dead, alright? This is OG 730 that run this thing. And then Hernandez did some whistling after that. OVE were in the bathroom, as Sami Callihan did not know what to do since his hair was cut, and going crazy over it, as, you know, they tried to tell him that, you know, you don't look like an asshole, or Jason Voorhees looked amazing and stuff, and, you know, he says, I gotta take a leak, and he says, I gotta take one too. I think Jay Chris, he's the mini draw, as they looked at some guy, as Sammy peed on him then. Thought he was making fun of his hair, that they put him on the ground and told him to tell Sammy that he was pretty, and then cut his hair in, which looked very strange. Very, very strange. But it makes Sami Callihan, I guess, more deranged and crazy since his hair is cut, with OVE being there, not looking like mindless stooges most of the time. So we'll see where that goes. And in the main event, we have Brian Cage versus Matt Sydal for the X Division Championship. Really good match, I will say that. Cage got the win with the drill claw, though. So he was able to defend the title there. I don't know who will face after, Matt Sydal, I guess, who's ever going after the, X Division title next. So some people say he's going to do a cash in option C so he can get a world title shot. Excuse me. But, where does he go as X Division champion? I'm not really sure, okay? Because we are making the guy look very unstoppable right now, so I don't know what's going to happen next or why he was even in this whole X Division anyway to get a title shot to begin with, but I don't know where that was going. So I'm not really sure how that was going to happen. Now that I think about it, just kind of taking a little think of why, Cage, where does he go after, who does he beat next for the, title or anything, or whatever match you can have. But, just going by this show itself tonight, was the crowd as hot like they were on Sunday? Not really. There was still a good wrestling crowd out there, but they weren't extremely hot like they were for Slammiversary last Sunday. Slammiversary, they were insane out there. Crowd was going nuts. The one from Thursday, it was pretty good, but it could have been better, I can say that, but it's better than being in fucking Universal Studios, I will say that, where they're just dead to, literally just dead, super dead, alright? It really, just really super dead. But, I will say it's a pretty good show. I'm kind of glad people going back to Impact nowadays, watching. There's been a lot of high praises since Slammiversary and people calling it a really great pay-per-view. So people really now giving it a chance again to actually watch the show. And we'll really see from goals from that, how people really be invested into it. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Comment and subscribe.